Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. Just in case you're coming across this video and you don't know who we're talking about, Edochie is a Nigerian actor, okay? And not too long ago, they blew up, his family blew up on the internet because he took a second wife, but just there was circumstances surrounding how he took a second wife. It's a long story. I'm not going to go into all of that. So basically, he was already married to a one woman. I'm just saying this for the non-Nigerians, or you're coming across this and you don't know who I'm talking about, you don't feel lost in the story. So he's basically a Nigerian actor that there were rumors that he was having an affair. The next thing, rumor that the lady he was having an affair with, she's an actress. So they are the same industry, the same acting industry. So the rumor was that the lady was pregnant and all that. Long story short, one day he came out and said, meet my new child, and the child was already about 9 months old or something like that, and my second wife, and the internet went wild. That is how this man, you, kind of blew up, if that makes sense. So recently he lost his child. So in this video, I want to bring out, I always tell you guys, I always like to pick out some things we can learn from stories like this. But let me say this for those that say, oh, it's not the right time, it's not the right time. Yes, it's not the right time for anybody to be blaming him, it's not the right time. It's a very sensitive story. But at the same time, it is the right time for you and I to grab messages from what we are seeing. While it's still hot, it's the best time to speak to others. As in, bring out the messages and speak about it so that people can grab it while it's still fresh in people's minds. To help you understand what I'm saying, let me give you guys one of the best examples, right? Not too long ago, there was a mass shooting that, like there always is in America. And somebody came into the school in America, in a primary school in America, with a gun and ended a lot of children's lives. And in that time, while it was still hot, there was massive criticism of the police for not doing their job. Listen to what I'm saying. There is a message in this. For not doing their job, because there was even CCTV that showed that the police came and they stood at the hallway, were still ducking and hiding. And they were called cowards for doing that. While they were, I think they stayed about 15 minutes before they finally went in to go and face the person that came with a gun. And meanwhile, the shooting continued and more children lost their lives.
77 minutes later, officers finally breached the unlocked classroom and killed the gunman. 77 minutes later.
Right? And they were criticized to the high heavens. The press, the community, everywhere, they were criticized for not doing it right. But let me tell you guys the amazing thing about that constructive criticism at that time while it was hot. Recently, another one has happened in the same America, in Nashville, that this person went into a school, primary school. The same story. But let me tell you guys the difference. This time around, when it happened this time, because of that criticism and the constructive criticism, what should have been done, how it should have been done. Do you know what happened this time? When this time around it happened again, the police turned up there, and within 3 minutes, they ended the life of the person that came to end lives.
Police clearing each classroom, a bathroom, and down the hall,
sounds like it's upstairs.
The officers, realizing the shooter had taken a position on the second floor common area, rushing up the stairs.
Reloading!
Within 3 minutes of arrival, officers Rex Engelbert and Michael Colazzo zeroing in, opening fire, killing the shooter.
Within 3 minutes. There was no waiting around. There was no... If you watch these videos, guys, you can check on YouTube. The Nashville, just for Nashville school shooting or whatever, you find it. 3 minutes. So compare, because of that constructive criticism of the other time, when it happened this time again, they were already strategists because they gained the knowledge. Now, it's not the same police department. It's not the same state. America, they say counties, right? As far as I know, they're not the same counties. But the other counties would have, used that other one as a learning point. What am I saying? My message in this video is not for you. No. It's for you and I. It's for you and I. What do I want to speak about? There was a comment I read. Let me read the comment to you guys. It will then make sense what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this comment said, Yule's son complained that his schoolmates mocked him for what his father did to his mother. He was shamed and embarrassed. He complained for 1 week. He was depressed. Yule was busy in Enugu with his side chick. With his side chick bag of Gary, Judy Austin. I'm not in favor of calling people names, but I'm just reading this the way it's written. His wife begged these people to leave social media because of their children. Judy Austin continued, Yule Edochie killed his son. He will never ever be at peace for how he made choices to kill his own son. You just get up one morning. You don't talk to your children. You don't take them for counseling. You just announce to the world that you are a polygamist. You took a second wife without telling your first wife, and you are a proud polygamist. Pete Edochie helped his son to kill his grandson. You are a Christian father. Your son is legally married in the Catholic Church. You see him with other women than his legal wife. You take a stand and warn your son against adultery. You don't say your son can marry as many wives as he wants, enabling adultery, polygamy, and broken children. So many parents encourage their children to do wrong, encourage their children to sin because they want a relationship with them. Pete Edochie, elder in the Catholic Church, you helped kill your own grandson. You are not a Christian. A Christian man will never support his son cheating on his legal wife. As for hating me and resenting me, I don't care. If you hate the things I say or write, it means you want your daughter Christian husband to take a second wife and cause your daughter depression and kill your grandchildren. Stand up for the truth. Stand up for God and watch God bless you. Okay, I don't know this person's connection with the family or whatever, and this comment got a lot of likes, right? But let me not even go to the Christian side. Let's even leave that for a second. I want to speak on the, because I have come to accept that Christianity, you see, you can't force it on anybody. If anybody say, you see that hellfire, now I won't go, you can't do anything. It is a choice, right? But I want to speak on the area of the children we bring into the world. You see the first part about, brought out on the public, and truly, I made a video here and I said it. When, what's her name? May, the first wife, came out and said, at least for the sake of the children, this public social media display should end. Let's speak on the, you're a man or you're a woman, you say you want to be polygamist or whatever. That is a choice you have made, right? But what about being sensitive sensitive towards the needs of your children? Because the public display is the area I want to speak about. If you want to do any of these things, let me tell you guys, if this guy came from day one and said, I married a second wife, and that was the end of it, it would have been, it won't be this bad. If you doubt it, what's his name? Basket Mouth came out and said, my marriage is over, this is it. This is the first and the last publication. I'm not going to go back and forth about it. And that is it. Guess what? Nobody talked about his divorce more than, oh, they're divorced. They didn't feed the public with any information or any gist. They didn't. And I like that maturity, right? But let's be honest. I'm saying this now, right, for any other person to pick these messages and always tell yourself the truth. I'm not saying their son died of depression. I don't know if that's what happened. But I want to speak on this other aspect that sometimes we as parents can't forget. I always hammer on it. I've talked about, even if we know shame, sometimes let's shame for our children. I made a video, even funny enough, I made a video before this thing happened. And I said, when it's all said and done and everything, can your children be proud of your time on social media? Can your children boldly say, oh, that's my father, that's my mother? Your content you create on the internet, can your children actually, would they be proud enough to let their friends watch it, or would they be embarrassed? I always say it, when you bring people into this world, it's no longer about you, it's about them too. In short, them before yourself, because you made that choice to bring them into this world. Going back to what I'm trying to say is this. If you choose to be polygamous or whatever you want to do, whether society accepts it or not, a lot of these things, they don't have to be on the internet. Because after it happened, it came across that Yule was enjoying the popularity so much. He was basically even the one trolling his trolls. He could have just kept. Do you know when Ned Nwoko came out and they were talking about their polygamy? You know, do you know what else they tried to do? They tried to show their family life, going to the shopping center, how they live in their house. They did about 3 episodes. Only 3 episodes. Content, trust bloggers. They became food for bloggers. By the time they did the 3rd one, people started commenting, blogging, and what did they do? They stopped it. They stopped it because they realized you don't put your life like that for the world to pick and scatter and everything. Me, I have shared my own stories here. But if you notice, you will see that there are some things I don't show. Sometimes I don't. There are some things I don't show. I will give you the story in this angle and leave it there. And I try to tell people, focus on the message in it. Not about the people or the individuals. No. Or try to put people out for dragging. No. Because there's no point in all of that. It's about the message in the stories. The area that I feel, you know, is opportunity to talk about. Like I said, if we can look at, when you look at a story and you take out the messages, somebody else can get blessed by the messages in it. The area, you see all this dragging. Okay, let me tell you guys. All this dragging him now, people are, if you see comments they are getting on his platform, for the first time, this is the you that when he married, he did the second wife thing, he was loving the attention and he is bragging. We broke the internet. He is bragging and he kept on even making posts that was basically trolling. He by himself, trolling, bringing up the drama by himself. It's like, you know, the money, social media money is good, oh, but life is more than that. There are different kinds of money. There's some kind of money that will give you peace. That if you're eating it, the money go is sweet for body. There's some kind of money that brings you so much problems. It's not even worth it. What am I speaking about? Nobody can force you to do anything with your life, but you can choose how much of it you display on the internet. Right now, this guy is mourning. Unfortunately for him, some people are not sensitive enough to back off. The so-called who broke the internet, where is it now? Is it worth it? See, mental health, right? Your financial strength and all of that is good. But what about the mental aspect? Now, look at the attention he's getting. Let me tell you, he's a human being. He cannot come on his platform now and find any of these comments funny. Right now, I can bet you that he's not in a good place mentally. We broke the internet, we broke the internet. Do you see now that the internet can be a very toxic place? Do you know what it is to be going through something like this? And it is so public. And there is so much negativity around it. Every time people hear somebody lost a loved one, it's typically sympathy and, you know, condolences and, you know, but he is not getting that kind because of some of the things that have happened. What am I saying? Let's be careful how we use this internet, that it doesn't destroy us. Let's be careful. Another family could have lost a loved one and they'll be grieving privately in a more peaceful way. But his own is not, unfortunately. He doesn't even get to enjoy, you know, the privacy and peace that he needs right now. They are ripping him apart on the internet. When I say ripping, a lot, let me say the kind comments from what I have seen is like 20%. Okay, let's say 30%. 70% are toxic, negative, spiteful comments. He broke the internet. But what is it doing for him today? Like I said, this is not for you. It is for you that is watching me. Let's be careful how we use the internet. Because unfortunately, the internet, from the way we see it, is becoming a very destructive tool. Don't be one of the victims. Like I said, there is something we can learn from this. And that's the message that I want to share with you guys. Hopefully somebody can take from it and do something with the lessons that we can learn from these things. The world does not have to get into your business. The world does not have to get into your private life and question your private life. Learn from these people that have got it wrong. And you that is watching me, choose wisely how you use the internet. That is basically, the message that I have in this video. As always, whatever your opinions are, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.